yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like oh, yes, I love her like
My apologies for the delay. It's totally on me. Has nothing at all to do with Terrence.
Woo.
I had a game. For those of y'all that don't know, I coached high school girls basketball. I had a game, and unfortunately, uh, the performance that I had to suffer through tonight, that did not help at all with potentially calming me down off of what I saw yesterday. So we're gonna intro the shit. Um, I'm gonna see how my brother is doing because I know that his mental state probably wasn't any better than mine. Because transparently, I considered while I was going 115 miles per hour down the highway with Reposado in my system, right? I
Don't
considered
drink
flipping
and
my shit over
drive.
the median. I considered flipping my shit over the median because then that would transparently not no longer would I have to suffer through incompetency, ineptitude, stupidity, right? The same rhythmic patterns over and over again as it pertains to the Carolina Panthers. So again, I'm going to check and see how my brother is doing. Welcome to everybody that's viewing right now. Again, my apologies for being late. Totally on me. Has nothing to do with Terrence. Blame it on JJ. I don't give a fuck, transparently. I honestly don't. Bro, I don't need to see you laughing, bro. See, and that's the problem, bro. Like, that's really the problem. That's really the I'm just being honest, bro. That's really the problem, bro. That's really the problem,
What's
right?
the problem?
Because then when I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, bro. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. We'll wait. How you doing? How was your day? Well, actually, before you even answer, welcome to FPFO Live. Unfortunately, this is gonna serve as our episode for the week. Um, Based on scheduling conflicts, we weren't able to record yesterday after the game like we planned, so we decided that we're just gonna go live tonight. So this will be our episode for the week, and then of course we'll bounce back on Friday with our game preview against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if you're new here, thank you so much for being here. Again, my apologies for being late. We've done a great job this season at being on time. I fucked it off. I fucked our streak off. It's totally on me. Blame me. Like I said earlier, I really don't give a fuck. Transparently. This is for Panthers fans only. If you don't already, like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on if you're watching on YouTube. If you're unfamiliar with our social media, at For Panthers Fans Only on TikTok, Instagram, and at FPFO underscore podcast on X. You can also find us for PanthersFansOnly.com. Go put your pre-orders in for our fall capsule. I just talked to the manufacturer today. They will be wrapped up by Wednesday of this week. So everything will be shipped out by Thursday or Friday at the very latest of this week. So everything should arrive before Christmas time. So if you bought it as a Christmas gift or whatever the case may be, everything should be there on time, barring any USPS fuck offs. Um, what else do I need to say? Yeah, so go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now. That's our home base. That's where you can stay up to date on everything that we have going on, giveaways, new episodes, etc., etc. And yeah, again, welcome to the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I apologize if this is your first encounter with me, your first impression. I'm just not in a good mood. I'm really not. I stated on Twitter to make sure that your children are not in earshot. I'm just letting everybody know right now because I got a lot of smoke for a lot of people, and it's going from all pros to head coaches to defensive coordinators to every fucking body. Nobody is exempt. Nobody is exempt because I just for me personally, I just have a hard time watching you get dick placed in you on the field, 6 or 7 receptions for 107 yards to Tyler Shook. I have a hard time watching that and then going on Twitter 10, 15 short minutes after and seeing that you decline to speak to the media. But maybe that's just a JJ problem. Maybe I'm just hypersensitive and I'm just nitpicking. But for me personally, I have a fucking problem with it. I do. So again, welcome to the show. I'm gonna let my brother introduce himself, see how he's doing mentally, and we're just gonna rock because I don't have a lot of time for this shit tonight. I really don't, bro. I really don't. I really don't. Good afternoon. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good now. Yesterday was tough after the game, especially what we witnessed, how everything went down. It was just nasty to watch, honestly. Um, a lot of people pulled up on us yesterday to watch the game, so that was fun. Had a lot of our brothers here, so but not the result that we wanted. Yesterday I was really mad afterwards, but I calmed down. Today I went and did a little shopping, spent a lot of money, had to do some retail therapy just based on what the Carolina Panthers did to me yesterday. But all in all, I mean, we got another chance to make it right. Obviously, I have some feelings about that, about the season going forward, but you still have a fighting chance. You still have a fighting chance, and any given Sunday for the next couple of weeks. So this team has a chance to turn it around. Obviously, I thought that we were going to win yesterday because I just think that we are a better football team than the Saints. I think there was bad coaching, soft play from veterans on the team, lacking leadership yesterday. But I mean, we've seen this team fail to live up to expectations or respond to pressure, rather. A lot of the games this season, they come off a big win and then you drop against a team like the Saints. Like it just doesn't make sense. This team has a hard time of being consistent, stringing wins together, especially stringing wins together of this magnitude. Or like, I mean, it's the New Orleans Saints. They won like 3 games all year. You have everything in front of you. You have the chance to you win this game. You beat Tampa Bay once. You're in the playoffs. So it starts with the little things, and now you have to go beat Tampa Bay twice. If you don't beat them twice, you have to hope Miami beats them, and then you got to beat Seattle. It's just a bunch of stuff that has to happen that shouldn't have had to happen because you could have just won the game yesterday. But nonetheless, we'll get into it. Thank you guys for being here. I'm Terrence, your co-host, and yeah,
And I'm gonna say this too, right? Because I've gone over all of these scenarios. I know what it looks like. I know what it could take or what's possible if X happens and Tampa loses against Miami, right? I'm just so fucking sick and tired of us relying on other niggas to do a job. I mean, what more help do you need? What more help do you need? Tampa Bay lost 2 games in 5 days, and that wasn't enough, bro. That wasn't enough. And for me personally, I'm just very, 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 very frustrated, disappointed, and disgusted. But transparently, I don't know what else I expected from this organization. I don't even, and I do it to myself. I do it to myself. I literally was damn near watching the game with fucking 6, 7 other niggas, bro, and went up to Terrence and Tavian's spot. I literally had to fucking just leave in a haste because I was just fucking so disgusted, bro. Honestly, migraine throbbing, sick to my fucking stomach. And again, like I just told Terrence when we were talking on the phone before we got on live, maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I care too much, right?
a little
Because
bit.
I see people, I see people in the chat saying, "Oh, yeah, you're just hypersensitive. You're just X, Y, Z," or maybe y'all just don't give a fuck enough. Maybe that's the fucking problem, right? Because even after the game, Quick Blitz hosted a space, Sheena and Vasta, right? And I hear niggas up there just stroking their dicks. Oh, no big deal. Oh, we're ahead of schedule. We're a very young team. It's just excuse after fucking excuse, man. And I'm tired of it. For me personally, this season was not we just need to show improvement and it's going to be success. At this point, with the amount of opportunities the Carolina Panthers have had, if they don't make the fucking playoffs this year is a fucking failure. I don't care how Terrence feels about it. I don't care about how y'all in the chat feel about it. I'm telling y'all something.
I don't necessarily like at the beginning of the year. I mean, I because I had said from the jump that I feel like this was an improvement year because I felt like you had a lot of young guys. The coaching staff is still relatively young. You're trying to figure out everybody's strengths, everybody's weaknesses. A lot of rookies had to play very, very early on. But I mean, you can look at it two different ways, especially like given that context. But then like the games that you won, the way that the schedule is shaped in the back end of the season, the opportunity that you have to actually make the playoffs, and then that just doesn't happen, then I can see how someone can look at it as a failure. But I mean, I'm still under the belief that this was a improvement year to me. But I can also see if someone is like, it's a failure just based on the opportunity you have to make the playoffs in the position that you put yourself in to succeed in that way. And then you completely piss down your leg, especially if you go out here and God forbid you lose to Tampa Bay twice or something crazy like that, then, just
Yeah,
unacceptable.
because everybody wants to talk about the scenarios and this and that, right? Because and let me not for me personally, for this loss, I'll just be honest with y'all. Usually I'm good in 48, right? But for this one, I need 72 to 96. But I want y'all to understand that, I am clearly and very, very aware, very much aware that this team can still make the playoffs. And I know everything is still in front of us. The job is just a little more difficult today than it was or than it should have been yesterday evening around 7:30. It just is, because the Saints should not be able to fuck with you. You should not get swept against the New Orleans Saints if you're the Carolina Panthers. And listen, I'm not even in the mood, right, for all of the buddy, feeling optimistic, all of that other shit. I'm personally just not in the mood, so I'm just gonna be very, very honest today, bro. Honestly, I just am. Uh,
Well, let me
so
start
it's
then.
not lost upon me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not lost upon me that everything is still in front of us, but I still do wholeheartedly believe that this team, if this team does not make the playoffs this season is a failure. Right? I keep hearing people in spaces saying, "Oh, well, this year was just to show us if Bryce was the guy," and just seeing what we had in the core. And listen, all of that shit is great and it's cute. It's all wonderful until you beat Dallas at home, until you go on the road and you beat Green Bay, or until you go back home and beat LA. And Tampa Bay slowly but surely continues to get injured. They continue to drop multiple games consecutively, right? All of that shit sounds great and it feels great when you're in the moment, right? At the beginning of the season, it's just like, oh, let's just see what we have, right? We become such a pussy fan base. That's the problem. No expectations. No expectations and no accountability. And everybody wants to be fucking coddled. Everybody, every single time I put out a tweet about JC Horn, y'all should just see my mentions. Y'all should see the FPFO mentions. Anytime JC Horn is mentioned in the slightest bit of negative light. But I'm sorry, I can't help that Chris Olave has put cocking you 2 games in a row this year. And like I said on Twitter earlier today, Chris Olave isn't even a fucking top 40 wide receiver in the NFL. I can name 44 receivers right now better than Chris Olave from a pure talent standpoint. And don't even let me get started on Devon Vele. Right? But these are the niggas that are cooking us, bro, because the fucking moment is too big. The moment is too big. And then what I had to go on Twitter and hear is everybody fucking coping. Oh, we're still a year ahead. Don't get discouraged. It's just a great feeling that we can even care at this point in the year. Well, let me just specify and say it is a great feeling that we can care about football at this point in the year. That's number one. I agree with you on that front, but it's still unacceptable that we're still having problems and we're still looking unprepared, and it's week 15 of the fucking season. That is a problem to me. And then guess what? We want to talk about the referee crew and all of this shit. And you know what? I agree to a certain extent. But if you go ahead and put dick in niggas and go ahead and punch them in the mouth, all of that shit don't matter. Were the roughing the passer calls soft as hell? Absolutely. Absolutely. But then guess what? Guess what our youth pastor head coach goes on to the podium and says, oh, they were good calls. They were good calls. We just have to be more disciplined. They were good calls, right? So that's the shit that I had to deal with. Niggas not giving a fuck enough. Between the fan base, the team, the coaching staff, everything is just holly jolly, no worries because we're playing meaningful football.
I mean, what can he do? By him saying that they were good,
fucking horseshit.
But what does that
niggas and take the fucking $15,000 fine?
That's what does that doesn't get you anywhere at this point. Like, because the thing is like it shouldn't have had to come down to the calls, because your defense plays soft as hell. JC Horn getting fried by Chris Olave. EJ, for whatever reason, the defense is playing 15, 20 yards off the ball in the last drive of the game, which I don't understand this from a middle school level, a high school level, a college level, or NFL level. You're down or you're up by 3. Why not stay true to the same defense that you've been playing all game? If they bomb you, you're going to lose anyway. So why not
And let me
stay
just
true
say
to the
this: at
defense
this
that I've
point
been
that you're
playing?
at this point that you're referencing, because you're talking about that last drive, correct? The game
Yeah,
was tied. The game was tied at that point.
yeah. So I mean, either way, the game is tied. So it's like if they bomb you, then you're gonna lose anyway. Like if you're gonna like just stay true to your defense, they will get field goal range either way. So I don't understand why we're playing 20 yards off the ball. And then when the ball is dumped out in the middle of the field, since we're so far back, we can't come up and make a tackle in time enough. So it like that I don't understand. Then Dave Canales is like, oh, like they were out of formation, guys weren't in the right position, in the right spot. That's coaching. That's coaching. Because why is it this point into the season where guys are missing assignments? Guys aren't in the right spot. This is something that we talked about last year when they were the worst defense in NFL history. We talked about the scheme and how guys weren't in the right place. And we were saying, oh, maybe he doesn't have the guys to be able to do it. That's why the defense looked that way. And then you get down towards the end of the season in a game that you need to win, a game that helps you get in very good position to make the playoffs for the first time since what 2015, whenever the fuck it was, and then all of a sudden
2015.
now got
You're right.
since 2015, and now all of a sudden guys are missing assignments. Guys aren't in the right place. You have veteran guys like a JC Horn who's not in the right place where he should be. Like that's unacceptable and that's embarrassing. That's on coaching, and then also that falls on the leaders of the team because JC Horn as a leader of the team, like, why? When do you guys just stand up and be like, okay, this is not happening to me. I'm not gonna let them beat me. I'm not gonna let Chris Olave, who hasn't done anything all game, I'm not gonna let him bomb me for damn near 20, 30 yards on the last drive, however many yards he had
Hey,
on
can
the
I just
last
say this
drive.
real quick,
And then you
Terrence?
get beat for a touchdown off a fucking slant. Man to man. You're supposed to be one of the best corners in the league. You got
Yep.
paid top dollar corner. When you got paid, you were the highest paid corner in the league when you first got paid.
Yep.
And you get
$100
beat on a
million.
simple slant.
Yep.
Simple
And let me
slant
just
route.
say this, and I'll come right back to you. I promise. Right. But there should be no time that an all-pro, right? Because that's all this fan base says, that an all-pro cornerback, one of the highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL, there should be at no point where a team feels comfortable in both matchups against you to target you. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what the Saints did this season. Every single time they played with a rookie fucking quarterback, they looked at JC Horn right in his eyes and said, "Oh, we think you're a bitch." And not challenging his manhood, but on the field, they did nothing less than show him that that's how they felt and that's what he was to them. 1000%. Continue. My apologies.
Yeah. Just embarrassing. And then like the problem that I've always had with, and I don't think this has necessarily been a JC thing, but more so of an EJ thing, is that he doesn't allow JC to travel. When you see all of the other cornerback ones on other teams, they travel. But EJ, he loves to play in his zone. He doesn't allow JC to travel. And then the one time, you're one on one with their best receiver on the team. You're one on one. You have multiple opportunities to make your name known. You have multiple opportunities to, get a stop, put your defense in good position. You have multiple opportunities to neutralize the game, stop them from getting in field goal range. And then Chris Olave just does what he wants to you. Just embarrassing. Just embarrassing from a JC Horn standpoint, a defense standpoint as a whole, because the defensive line was getting blown off the ball all game. When I have to go look at the stat sheet and I see my secondary is leading the team in tackles, my two cornerbacks and my safety is leading the team in tackles, do you know what that means? That means that no tackles were being made up front. No tackles were being made beyond the line of scrimmage. No tackles were being made in the backfield. That means every time guys touched the ball, they were getting into the next level. And my corners and my safeties are the ones having to make tackles. That's what that says when they're at the top of the stat sheet. So the defense, even though you only gave up 17 points, they look soft. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this team has to do to turn it around. And if we're being completely honest, obviously I know what's in front of us. I know we still have the opportunity to make the playoffs. But what I've seen time and time again throughout the season, this team fails to respond under pressure. They fail to respond under pressure. So honestly, I don't know. Should this team be able to beat Tampa Bay based on what we've seen them do throughout the season, based on the way Tampa Bay has looked throughout the season? Yes. Do they have the talent to do so? Yes. But do they have that mentality? Is Are they the dolls that Dave Canales and Dan Morgan are really talking about that they were trying to bring into the room? I don't know. I don't know if they have that mentality to go out there and beat Tampa Bay twice. I don't know.
And to be honest, I mean, if you just ask me personally how I'm feeling right now, there's no way in hell they can beat them twice. Because like you just said, mentally they're just not there. They don't got it in them. Because if they did, you wouldn't have lost to the Saints twice. The first time coming off a W against Green Bay and Lambeau, where you have one of your worst offensive performances of the year. They wouldn't have lost coming off a fucking bye week. And that's on Dave Canales. And we want to have that conversation too. There's no way that this team should look as unprepared as we did yesterday, coming off of a bye week against a 3-10 football team. There's no way. That's on coaching. That's on coaching. Dave Canales, right? That's on coaching. Ejiro Evero. It's just embarrassing, bro.
And that's what we talked about. Like we talked about that the bye week couldn't have came at a more perfect time, being guys are able to get healthy, and then also you're coming off of a bye week and playing a team like the Saints.
Yep.
And then you just, piss down your leg once again
Yep.
against a team like the Saints.
Yeah. And it was both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
Because
for
everybody
sure.
wants to talk about, everybody wants to talk about defense and the last drive where they went, 65, 70 yards, whatever it was, in, 40 seconds, whatever the case may be. Everybody wants to talk about that. But offensively, I just don't know how many times I can continue to watch Tedero and McMillan drop passes. And I will say this, the ball should be better. But in that same breath, if you're our true wide receiver one, you got to go make that fucking play.
Yeah, you got to have
And
that.
that's huge because you take 4 points off of the board there. You take 4 points off of the board there. You do. Because we only ended up getting 3 to close the half out. So instead of us getting 14 points in the middle 8 to end the first half and to open the second half, you only get 10. It's not enough. What did I tell you at halftime? You were trying to tell me calm down, relax. We're up X amount, and I said, bro, it's not good enough. It's just not damn it good enough.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough, but at that time, like the Saints did anything that made me feel nervous at all. And which I told you, I was like, they haven't done anything that made me feel nervous. More or less, it's us not executing. It's a problem with us. And going into halftime, that's something that we should be able to, correct. And then to go a little bit further on the offensive end, we're probably going to bump heads on this with the fourth down play that we went for, and
Terrible.
you didn't take the 3 points, and Chuba
Poor
got
shit.
stopped. I mean, honestly, the way and I thought about it because even when we were in here, I was like, go for it, like go for it. And I thought about it, and I still feel the same way. Like obviously, it's a twofold situation because you take the points there, and then you don't get beat by a field goal at the end of the game, and I get that. But my only thing, I agree with them going for it there. It just has to be a better play call. The reason that I say it has to be a better play call is because you ran that same exact play earlier in the game on 4th and 1, where you had Chuba and Rico in the backfield, and you did like a little fullback dive, quote unquote, to Chuba, and you ran through the A gap. And that was the same thing that you did earlier in the game. So it's like, obviously, that's going to be something that teams are going to be able to adjust to because you're not fooling anybody when you have both of them in the backfield.
And I will say this too, to go along further with your point, because we agree on the concept that even if you do go for it, which cool, if you hey, listen to me, if you want to drop your nuts, cool. Pause. From an ideological standpoint, I disagree with the ideology, right? But cool, I have no problem with it. But that play can't be the play because, like you said, you already showed him in the first quarter. Not only did you show him in the first quarter, but you showed the same exact damn it play twice against the Rams. You already showed it. So common sense would have said, okay, cool. If we want to come out in this formation in this set, let's do a little triple option action. Let's fake the dive and let Bryce roll out with it. Or let's run a play action pass off of it.
Yeah. Or let's fake the dive.
Go ahead.
Fake the dive to Chuba and pitch it out there to Rico. Because he had a whole side was wide open because everybody is collapsing in because they already know the play. And that's when I don't know.
Let his nuts hang. Let it. Yeah. Because listen to me. Everybody wants to blame Bryce Young. And y'all know how I feel about Bryce. It's very up and down as he plays. Very inconsistent. But I feel like I've been exceptionally objective as it pertains to his play this season. And Terrence, I think that you can agree with that. Everybody wants to talk about Bryce this, Bryce that. Bryce played well yesterday. The shit that we experienced yesterday wasn't on Bryce. Should the ball have been a little better? 1,000%.
Yeah.
You still got to make that damn it catch.
Yeah. He played well enough for us to win the football game.
Turn the football over.
Exactly. And that was one of our keys to victory going into the game. And now obviously there's probably a couple other plays that we can go back and say, this ball could have been better. It could have been a better decision made here. But really, the only thing that I have a problem with that Bryce did yesterday was taking that sack when he took that sack. Because in that situation, you can't take a sack there.
Terrible.
You can't take a sack there.
That's on Icky too, because you can't get beat like a drum like that off the line of scrimmage either in that moment. But if you're the quarterback, you got to feel that.
Feel it and step up. And you have Rico on the check down, right to the left side. Feel it, step up, throw the check down. But you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation.
Nope. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Outside of those two plays, the T-Mac ball that I still feel as though he should have caught.
He should have caught it.
1,000%. But cool, throw it more up the field, throw it higher, let your big receiver go do a big receiver thing. All right. So cool. I'll give niggas that. And then taking that sack outside of those things, he played, like you said, he played well enough to win the football game. But then I gotta go see discourse about Bryce being the reason why we lost. Not the fact that we got in the second quarter, we allowed us, I believe it was 95 yards, 11 and a half minutes defensively. We allowed that drive to result in a touchdown. Right? That to me is just unacceptable, bro. And going back to the whole 4th and inches decision, I don't feel as though you can go for that 4th down in that moment. 11 minutes left on the clock. You're up 7 in field goal range. I personally just don't believe that you can lose the challenge, and then come out and still go for it. If you get the challenge or you don't use the challenge, then I'm cool. If you don't burn the timeout, I'm cool. Let's go for it. 4th and inches, let's go for it. Let's go tempo, get to the line, let's execute properly, and let's move the sticks. But the fact that we let them have time to reset their defense, you lose a challenge, you lose a timeout, that to me is where the ideology was a little bit flawed. That to me is when it became flawed. You can't do both. You're either going to win the challenge and get the first down, or you're going to lose the challenge and you're going to kick the field goal. But you can't lose the challenge and also go for it on 4th down and get stopped. You just can't. And even if you do, again, going back to really the root of the problem, the damn it play call has to be better. It has to be better. It has to be better. It's extremely frustrating and disappointing, bro, honestly.
Then I have to see somebody in the chat talking about the Saints is just a better football team.
Yeah, he's on. I mean, but you know what? This season, he's right. We got swept. It's just like us, or it's just like somebody feeling as though Falcons fans feeling as though they're way more talented than the Panthers, because to me they are, but they can't say that they're better than us because we swept them, right? So it's the same situation. He's right. They're a better team. They came out and punched us in the mouth twice.
Yeah, I just don't believe that.
Each time we just weren't ready for the fucking moment. Each time.
I just don't subscribe to that belief.
Well, I mean,
personally,
the record tells you they have 4 wins.
Yeah, the
They have
record tells you they're 4-10.
wins against you. Yeah, well,
You are
yeah,
what you
and 2 of those came against you.
you are what your record says. Y'all are 4-10. Y'all are not a good
And
football
against
team.
you, they're 2-0.
Well,
Against
that's
you, they're
fine.
2-0.
Are they a better team than the Bucks?
They split with the Bucks, so I would say they're even.
Yeah, that's just not.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's just not.
Cool.
That's just not how that
I told you,
goes.
I'm just being honest today, bro. I'm done with the like circle jerk and just being excited because we're playing meaningful football in December and it's great, it's chilly, and you know it's getting dark at 4:30, and it just feels great to have the Panthers playing meaningful. I'm done with that. I'm past that. I'm past that. I'm past that for sure. Round of applause for the super chat.
Shout out
Canales
QJ.
should have let. Shout out QJ for sure. First and foremost, QJ said Canales should have let Bryce empty the clip after the deep ball to Coker. He was cooking. We need a rise to the occasion, players and coaches. I agree. And this is why, for me personally, it's just so frustrating.
Your mic went out, or your yeah, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Oh, good looking. You can hear me? Good
Yeah,
look.
yeah, you're good now.
Appreciate it. But this is why it like drives me insane, bro. And it's just so frustrating when it comes to Canales because I believe that he can be a good head coach, right? But the conservative play calling to me is just terrible. Not being able to adjust on the fly is terrible, right? Bryce, for me personally, you can tell if Bryce is locked in by the first 2 quarters. You're
Yeah.
going to know what version of Bryce you're getting. There's only been one game, I think, in his whole career where Bryce has started exceptionally slow, not in garbage time, but started exceptionally slow and turned it on. Even if we don't look at his career as a whole, and we look at just this season, it's only occurred one time, and that was against Miami. So he is who he is. He's going to let you know, and you're going to know within the first 2 to 2.5 quarters what time and 9 is on. Yesterday, it was abundantly clear to me that he was locked. Even when you look at some of the third down plays that we had that just completely broke down, we're not winning at the top of our routes, right? But he does what me and Terrence have been begging him to do for the last 2 years straight, and finally decides to take off and run for a couple of those first downs, right? You look at the little sidearm pass that he threw in the first half, right? You look at the ball that he threw to Jalen Coker coming out of halftime down the sideline, right? Before Jalen Coker even wins the fucking route. So it was abundantly clear that Bryce was ready. Bryce was ready for the moment to me yesterday. That's why I'm confused on why niggas are on the internet talking about the game is on Bryce. No, it's on Canales.
And the
Because Canales
thing,
didn't let him go.
before you go further there, just so I don't lose my thought process. With speaking about Dave Canales and you saying that like you think that he can be a good coach. Do you think that a lot of this stems from just him being young first 2 years, or do you think there's a possibility that this can be who he really is going forward? Because if so, then that can be challenging. Or do you
Yeah.
think it's like growing pains?
I don't know, man. Because I don't want to give you an answer because like I don't want to give you an answer out of emotion. And I really haven't thought about it. I would have to go back and look at some of the work that he did in Tampa Bay as a play caller, right? Because this is only year 3 as a play caller for Dave Canales, and I get that. And to a certain degree, I believe the answer is yes, that it is some growing pains and things of that nature. But to me personally, it's just very difficult because I, in the back of my mind, personally, still feel as though he doesn't fully trust Bryce. And I think that hinders him as a play caller at times. And I think that it hinders Bryce Young from being who he is. I really, really do. So I don't know really how to answer that question because I've seen Dave Canales really get in his duffel and call a hell of a game. But then I also seen games like against San Francisco, and I seen games like again yesterday, right? So it's just, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just I don't really know how to answer the question transparently. I don't because I don't know. I think two things can be true. I think that it's partially growing pains, and I feel like the lack of trust in Bryce Young makes him or makes this be his MO. But at some point, like I said about him getting on the podium, right, and him saying, "Oh, they were good calls. They were good calls. They were great calls." Right? Him doing that at some point or another, you got to drop your nuts, bro. You got to drop your nuts. So when you make decisions like on 4th and inches, you decide to run the same play that you ran twice against LA, the same play that you ran early in the first quarter against the Saints, right? When you make decisions like that, instead of putting the ball in your quarterback's hands or just doing the smart thing and running a fucking quarterback sneak with Mitchell Evans,
Yeah,
right? A
other
tight
teams
end.
do it. The Seahawks do it. I don't. That's
Everybody does
another
it.
thing. It's
We've
like
seen
I
Kelsey do it.
understand. Yeah, I understand like why we don't run it with Bryce, especially knowing his ball security skills. Like he get out in open field and he get tackled, he liable to give it up. He get hit in that pocket, he liable to
Yeah,
give it up.
yeah.
But I mean, you see other teams find a way to get around that. Bryce is a very small quarterback. I mean, we all know that. But you line up under center with a tight end. Anybody else, Rico, Chuba, anybody easily get a first down. Like I don't understand why we have to make things so complicated in those situations. But
It's
like I said,
frustrating.
hopefully it's growing pains for Dave Canales. Hopefully, because he's shown improvement year after year. He has shown improvement. But it is frustrating when you can look back on these games and blatantly see that coaching is a problem more so
Well,
than, execution on the field.
yeah. And listen, don't get it confused. We've seen Dave Canales' nuts shrivel up multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, multiple times. Because I would just draw y'all's attention back to week 2 in Arizona. You work to get back into the football game. You get blessed with the onside kick. And then that last drive was possibly the worst coach drive that I've ever seen in my fucking life. Outside of Dallas coming to Carolina week 4 or 5, and them niggas coming out of halftime running 2 bubble screens. Actually, I believe that was in the 4th quarter, running 2 quick screens that go for TF. Outside of that, because that was really close to one of the worst coached drives I've ever seen. But very, very close second, or maybe even first, was that last possession against Arizona. Terrible. So we've seen this nut shrivel up before. My fault. Hold on. I lost connection. I don't know. 1 second. Even if you go back and you look at the San Francisco game, lights too bright. Lights too bright. Very simple. Lights too bright.
Well, there was another point in
Yep,
the
right.
game that was
I
a,
mean,
a
so
horrible coach
we've seen it
drive.
occur on multiple times, and so that's why I said for me personally, it's a loaded question, bro. It's a loaded question. I really don't know if this is who he is, or I don't know if he just simply doesn't fully trust Bryce Young.
But why
Because that
not
to
though?
me has always been that to me this season particularly has always been part of the inconsistency that we've seen. Because we've seen Dave Canales call one game a certain way and let Bryce throw the ball and let him cook and do what he needs to do at times. And then we've seen games where he just takes the ball completely out of Bryce's hands. I.e. last night, yesterday, when Bryce is locked in. What did Bryce go for? I mean, I think at some point we need to look at stats. Let's go
Yeah,
see
but
what Bryce Young did.
why would Dave Canales like what reason has Bryce given him not to trust him up until this point?
What reason has he given him not to trust him?
Yeah, like
I mean,
why would
last
Dave?
season. I think
Yeah,
last
but
season is a huge thing that you
yeah,
can look
but
at.
the thing is, you can't say last season, especially when during this season there was a situation where when they were like, why aren't you throwing the ball downfield? And then Dave Canales was like,
The me
what
to
did he
you
say? Some
factor.
he
The
said
me to
what?
you factor. The me to you factor. We have to prove that we can make those plays in order for me to call them.
And then he went that next week and Bryce threw the ball all over the field. but nothing had occurred between that time span that he got on the podium in that game that Bryce did that could have made him be like, oh, now we can throw the ball down the field. Like I just feel like there's inconsistencies there. So I don't understand like what Bryce has done to make Dave Canales not trust him.
I don't know, bro.
So
I don't know. It's just it's it's just frustrating, bro. It's just frustrating. It really is. Another thing that I'm gonna go ahead and say, just for the record, right? Because we have a tendency of going ahead and calling people out on this show, and niggas can feel however they feel about it. But like I told niggas, the faster DJ Johnson gets off this roster, the better it will be. The faster Chandler Zavala gets off of this roster, the better it will be. The faster Tommy Tremble gets off of this roster, the better it will be.
oh, he's
He's
horrible.
fucking terrible.
He's horrible.
Tommy Tremble is fucking terrible. And listen, I've tried my best to be patient, and I understand he's dealt with some injuries. This coaching staff has been exceptionally high on him and have been since he joined, or since Canales and the staff joined last year. They've been exceptionally high on him, but he just doesn't have it, bro. He's ass. Let me just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off too. He's shit. He's
Another
ass.
guy, LeBron Ray, not a good
LeBron
football
Ray.
player.
Add LeBron Ray to the list of niggas that when they leave your organization and your roster, it will be 100 times better. LeBron Ray, ass. Respectfully. Terrible. Terrible. I mean, getting blown off the football. I think he had 2 illegal hand to the face penalties. Just fucking terrible, man. Terrible. Undisciplined football yesterday, too. Let's not let that fall by the wayside. Undisciplined football. 11 penalties, I believe it was. 100 yards. Just terrible, bro. Let's just go look at the stats, man.
11 penalties, 103 yards. Can't have it.
Let's just go look at the stats, bro. It's terrible. It's god awful. I mean, god awful, bro. Bryce only throws the football 24 times. Rico Dowdle, I've been telling y'all for the last I don't know how long that he just doesn't have the juice right now. We've been saying that for 3 or 4 weeks. He's injured. We saw him get stretched yet again yesterday. Goes off the field, ends up coming back. He just doesn't have pop. He doesn't have juice right now. He doesn't. You go look at Bryce, 7 for 49. Chuba, 8 for 29, 3.6 yards a carry. A little bit better than Rico, but still not crazy. But I would say that he just has more juice. Chuba just has more juice right now. Bryce, 16, check that, 15 to 24, 154 a tutty. Only took the 1 sack, but it was in a huge moment. We got to do better. We have to do better if we're Bryce Young in that situation. And we have to do better if we're Ikem Ekwonu in that situation as well. Honestly.
I don't know if he gets better.
Well, he's been halfway decent this year. I'll give him credit. He's been halfway decent. He's trying to get that show. This to me, embarrassing. This to me is embarrassing. If you're Dave Canales and you're calling a game, there is no way in fuck that your top 3 receivers should only get 4 targets, 2 targets. That to me is just incompetency. Or check that. 4 targets, 3 targets. I don't know what it is with Tedero McMillan and the play calls or the connection between him and Bryce, but the last 2 games, this isn't enough damn target share.
They've been horrible.
Yesterday, 2 weeks ago.
It's a significant drop-off.
Significant drop-off, bro. And unfortunately, I just can't blame it on, we're playing better teams, or, they just have more talent, or they're hyper-focused on them. I just can't blame it on that. Because when I go back and I look at NFL Pro or All 22, T-Mac is open. So there's just a disconnect somewhere there as well. But this is another thing that's very, very frustrating to me, bro. 4 targets, 3 targets. And once again, right, because I know Terrence hates when I get to talking about XL, But once again, he makes another huge play, and we damn near don't go to him for the rest of the game outside of a little bitch ass pop screen for 2 yards. Some shit that he's shown you time and time again, he just cannot succeed in.
Well, the thing is, it's like they ain't been going to nobody. It's not even just an XL thing. I mean, if you just look at the target share and you just look at the receptions, it's like the passing game as a whole has just for some reason dropped off a cliff. Like
It's terrible.
I don't get it.
It's terrible, bro. It really has, and it's terrible. It's sad. It's embarrassing. Lack of preparation, right? And by the way, excuse me, they brought Dave Canales in here to be the quarterback whisperer. But it won't let the nigga that he and this is something else that's embarrassing too. Our top 3 tacklers, my apologies, let me get my shit right. Our top 3 tacklers all in the secondary. Look at this shit. That's what you were referencing earlier, Terrence.
Yeah,
all
nasty.
3 of our top 3 tacklers in the fucking secondary. That means nobody fucking sliding, specifically in the linebacker room and the defensive line room. Nobody checking in, nobody sliding.
Oh, and somebody else, Shaw Smith Wade. I'm done with him. I'm fed up with him. I've been trying to tell y'all since we drafted him. Been trying to tell y'all, but everybody was like, "No, patient. Chill." No, he just don't got it. He don't got it.
2 offsides on the kicks. You know what I'm saying? Multiple holdings. Just crucial shit, man. That's crucial shit. Panthers had 11 turnovers yesterday. 6 of them resulted in first down for the New Orleans Saints. Undisciplined, lack of preparation. Lack of preparation.
Yeah, you either coach it or you condone it.
It's just bad, bro. And I will give the coaching staff credit because outside of yesterday, they have been the most disciplined team in the league because they've been the least penalized team in the NFL. So I'll give them credit. But yesterday, it just won't it. And really, I attribute that to the crew as well. And yes, I am under the belief that part of this is because of Vegas. I am, but sure. I don't want to get on my conspiracy shit. But always follow the damn it money. The Carolina Panthers were the most bet on team in the world yesterday as it pertains to point spread. The most amount of money, 79% of the money was on the Carolina Panthers yesterday to cover 2.5. And we saw what happened.
And I think Dylan tweeted this out, which is just so embarrassing. The Carolina Panthers are 0-12 in the last 12 games they were favored in.
Terrible. And they're 0-26, I believe, in the last decade or maybe 8 years when they've been favored against a sub 500 team.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Even more embarrassing if we want to have an honest conversation. It's just sad, bro. And I'm getting back to that point where I'm just fed up, honestly. And I know I shouldn't be like that. I know I should be optimistic. Like I had this team winning 9-10 ball games, right? It's still very much in front of us, but it just, with the amount of missed opportunities, bro, it makes me want to literally leave my brains on a fucking t-shirt. Self-inflicted. That's right. Really what it dropped. No, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you how it makes me feel genuinely. So don't tell me that I can't, bro. Because I'm just like, this is just therapy for me. Because I'm just trying to be honest, bro.
Go to actual therapy. That helps.
Well, right now, this is my fucking therapy. Right now, this is my therapy.
Pay a professional.
It's just, it's just frustrating. It's annoying as fuck, bro. The amount of missed opportunities this season from the Carolina Panthers have just been so exhausting. Bro. It's just been a drag. Every week, you don't know what version of what team you're getting, bro. I just don't know how we go into New Orleans 2 wins away from a divisional title. Fully healthy. There was nobody on the fucking injury report.
But
and by the way, actually, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. We're just fucking the bad news, damn it, Bears. Why do I gotta listen to Dave Canales' press conference today? And I find out the fucker was out Sunday because he tripped over his own teammate. But you know what? What more do I expect from Turk Wharton? Because this has been possibly the worst $24 million a year spent in the history of fucking football because he's done nothing. but take up space and do fucking cardio. Nothing. But we'll move on. I mean, this shit is just terrible. It's just terrible, bro. Shout out Travis Gibson, though.
Yeah, he was
They
hooping.
only have him down for one play, one tackle and a sack. But it seemed like there was a little spurt where he just completely took over the game. That's what it felt like. So I don't even know if these stats are accurate because I don't know if it was just one tackle.
Yeah, because what does that say? Nick Scoring had a half a sack. Yeah, I just ain't buying that.
Oh shit, he did. Oh, good.
No, that shit ain't accurate, bro. Because I was literally, I literally
two more.
I literally know what play that they were talking about, and he did nothing but touch him after he was already tackled.
Put it in the sheet. Put it in the stat sheet. 2 away. 2 away.
Don't worry.
For the people that are confused, me and Terrence have a bet going on. He has Nick scoring under 5.5 sacks. I have him over. He's currently sitting at 3.5. Beautiful. Perfect. Where else would we rather be, Nick? Perfect.
Under 5.5.
Let's go look at this. Second game in a row, Tyler Shuck puts dick in you. No problem. No issue. No issue. I'm Tyler Shuck. I'm a 26, 27-year-old rookie. You know, we have a divisional opponent that is fighting for their lives, but they mean nothing to me. They're pussy to me. Personally, I'm Tyler Shuck. You know, no worries. I'm just going to go out here 24-32, 272 yards, game on the line. I'm going to throw at their best cornerback because my balls are just bigger than theirs. They just are, you know. So Devin Neal, he didn't even finish the fucking game. He got stretched in the first half, 4 yards a carry, a touchdown. You know, Chris Olave, I think he got damn near all 6 of these on the last 2 drives of the game. Devon Vele, you know, we're getting torched by Devon Vele. Yes. Just terrible, bro. Just terrible. Let me see if I can find fucking PFF grades. Hey, chat. Y'all please tell me in the chat right now. And Terrence, I'd like you to participate in this as well if you haven't or you don't know the answer. Chat, I want y'all to please tell me who y'all think the lowest graded Panther was yesterday in the New Orleans Saints game. And tell me what y'all think he scored.
Do you know?
I do. But do you know? Or do you have a guess?
I would say probably JC.
Nope. JC
Tommy
was
Tremble?
actually the second highest graded.
Tommy Tremble?
Christian Roseboom. Just out there fucking jerking his dick. You know, a 26.5. 26.5 PFF grade from Christian Roseboom. Because when you go look at the film, he's just out there dicking off, not reading his keys properly, in coverage. Hey, first and foremost, let me just say this too. Let me just say this too. Let me just say this too, and let me go full, just so there's no misunderstanding or misconception.
Fireable offense.
I never in my life again want to see Derek Brown dropped into fucking coverage.
Fireable offense.
EJ, if Dave Canales would have seen that play and seen that penalty and told Ejiro Evero, just go ahead and pack your shit. Go ahead and give me the headphones and the mic. Give me the headset. Don't even worry about the rest of the game. If he would have did that on national TV, for me personally, I wouldn't even have gave a fuck. Because why is my all-pro defensive tackle in fucking coverage at 315 pounds when he does his best work in stuffing the run? But, you know, that's just the shit that we do in Carolina. Hey, nobody fret. Nobody worry, because that's the type of shit that we do in Carolina. So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find these. I don't know if anybody dropped them this week.
I mean, it ain't too much to look at.
This. We can look at this instead. We'll just look at highest and lowest graded on both of the sides of the football. Here we go. Travis Gibson, 81.1. That's why I'm extremely confused on why the stat sheet looks the way it does. Christian Roseboom, all the way at the bottom, 26.8. Embarrassing. Just terrible.
I'd rather have seen Claudius.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, if that's what we were gonna get, me too. Me too. I don't know how these two names are what they. That's why we always tell y'all, PFF is not the damn it Bible, because this is very confusing to me. Because when they were targeted, both of these niggas, 6 receptions, 107 yards, and a touchdown. So I don't know how these niggas are graded here. I have no clue. I have no earthly idea. And I guess that's all we got.
What do you
shout out Edgar Salamingo?
What do you think about Roseboom's hit? Like,
which one?
What are your the roughing the passer at the end of the game, or I guess targeting?
Ransom?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ransom.
You know, I like a nigga that's gonna kill some shit, but we just first and foremost we can't put ourselves in that situation. That's let's just say that first. But second, they have to be specific on these fucking rules, man. They honestly need to ban it. They need to ban it. But they won't because they're on their knees with their mouths wide open behind quarterbacks, right? So they really need to ban it because the nigga was sliding late. Bryce was not getting the same calls. The nigga was sliding late. And then guess what? I had to go watch in the press conference. Oh, Tyler Shuck. Oh, I'm Tyler Shuck. Yeah, I kind of sold it a little bit. I sold it. I know we needed a call. We didn't have a timeout. I sold it. No big deal, right? So that's why they need to just go ahead and take the fucking rule out. And if they break that pocket, then they can fucking die just like the next nigga. So transparently, you know, very frustrated with the ransom hit, but I'm more frustrated with the way the game was officiated on both sides of the coin.
I don't even know if I've ever seen that ref. He's ass. I don't ever need to see him. He's
Alex
horrible.
Moore, I believe his name is.
Yeah,
he's a marked bitch.
Yeah, he's horrible.
He's a marked bitch. And I think, like I told y'all, I just believe that Vegas made the call. And I just believe Vegas made the call, and that was the crew to execute on it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Horse shit. Nothing short of horse shit. Let's see. Who else do we need to talk about? Let me go through my shit. What other moments do I need to talk about? Let me see.
Oh, what I was going to ask about, the drive before the end of the half, where we got conservative and settled for the 3. It then kept damn near all of the timeouts in your pocket going into halftime.
It's terrible, bro. The last a minute and a half to 2 minutes, the last 2 weeks, I just listen to me, Panther Nation. Just listen to me very clear, okay? Because I don't want y'all to think that I'm being unfair or anything like that. I just want to challenge y'all to go look at the way that we've managed the ball game, the last 2 games, the final 2 minutes of the first half. If you have NFL Pro or if you have anything in which you can go rewatch the football games, go look at the way that we've managed the last 2 minutes, specifically the last drive of the first half of the last 2 ball games. Transparently, it's fucking disgusting. And that is the reason why I was crashing out at halftime, when you had to come talk to me and tell me to chill, because you could see it all over my face, right? Because we run a fucking play and then we burn a minute off the fucking clock just trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and then we run a bullshit play, right? And then we settle for 3 points, bro. It's just, bro, I don't know, bro. I damn near just don't even got no fight left in me for this season, bro. But I know that that's just me being emotional. First 24 hours is supposed to feel like this. And I would challenge that if it don't feel like this, there's something wrong with, damn it, you. You're part of the problem and part of the fan base that I was referencing earlier, saying that y'all niggas are bitch made. Because, nobody worry. We'll just sit back, jerk off, because everything is A-okay because we're ahead of schedule. Right? And I just want to say this too. Actually, let me just pull it up because I know that y'all think that I'll be gassing and I'm emotional. So let's just go see, right? Because everybody keeps saying, guys, don't worry, next year's our year. So cool, perfect. Let's go look at the Carolina Panthers opponents for 2026. Let's go do that.
Have you already seen them?
I have.
I think we play what part of the AFC we play next year? Is it the
Them demons, the North.
Oh
But
God.
don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna pull it up so everybody can see. For all of these people that keep hollering about, oh, don't worry, next year is our year, this and that, this and that. Okay, well, let's go look at it together as a family. Let's go look at it as a family. No worries. Nobody panic.
Derek White said next year every team year.
Yeah, and that's the fucking problem, Derek. That's the problem, Derek. That's the problem. That's why I hate the lack of sense of urgency from this team and this fan base because they're playing like there is a tomorrow, and teams are and fans are cheering and approaching this season when in discourse as if there is a tomorrow, as if somebody is coming to save us next year. But let's just take a look at it. Of course, you have your divisional games, right? So let's just scroll past those. But then come visit hell with me. Green Bay, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Detroit, Chicago.
The Bears.
And these TB, damn it, D. You better hope that this is Washington or New York. That's the only thing you can hope for. And this right here is scary as fuck too. You better hope that's Arizona. Right, Jesus. So everybody keeps hollering about, oh, next year this, oh, next year that. Don't worry, don't panic. Y'all don't understand the urgency of the moment, bro. Y'all don't get it. So that's why I be trying to tell y'all, like, stop telling me about damn it next year, bro. Stop telling me about next year. Y'all really gonna make me crash something, bro. Like God honest truth, bro. Like if I hear something about next year and us being ahead of schedule one more time, bro, I really might take it there, my nigga. I really might take it there, bro. That shit is really triggering me, dog. It really is. And I kept it cute and I kept it P and quick blitz last night because I'm trying to respect the space and I have an immense level of respect for Sheena and Bashtai, right? But that shit really, really takes me to a place in which I just want to crash out, bro, and really risk everything and tell niggas about themselves because I'm sick and tired of fucking hearing about next year. Because I must challenge y'all to remember what happened last year. What did this defense become with one singular injury to Derek Brown, the worst defense in NFL history? I had to challenge niggas to remember the stagnation of Bryce Young's play and the offense as it pertains to looking in comparison to the last 10 games last year to the first 4 or 5 this year, right? So don't tell me about next year because the faster that y'all grasp the concept that years don't translate in the NFL, the better off we'll be. Somebody in Quick Blitz last night, and I wish I knew who it was so I could give him a shout out, but somebody in Quick Blitz last night used the Washington Commanders as a phenomenal example. NFC Championship, Cinderella story, beating the fuck out of everybody they see last year, and then you come right back the following damn it year, 3 fucking wins, and their star quarterback is shut down for the remainder of the year. So niggas want to continue to tell me about next year this, next year that. Don't panic. We're a year ahead of schedule. You know, feel great. Bryce Young heading in a year for all of that shit is fine and cute, nigga. I just don't register that in my brain personally. When you have an opportunity in your face right there, you must capitalize. Don't tell me about what next year. Don't tell me nothing about next year. I don't want to damn it hear it. The time is now. And unfortunately, you go lose to New Orleans on the road, your job becomes a lot more difficult. And I'm going to stop tweaking out because I'm starting to bust out and sweat a bit. And I just need to relax and chill before my migraine returns back to me.
Yeah, I had a crazy headache yesterday or when I woke up this morning. Like I was in the gym and I think I almost damn passed out.
Yep. But like I told you earlier, bro, that's what we allow this team to do this. And like I said on Twitter, bro, I'm already fat as fuck, right? So I'm already not living in the best health as it pertains to just regular life. And then you couple this team and what they continue to fucking do to me every year. You couple that with the not being in the best health, I just feel years of my life deteriorating away. I do. I do. So, you know. Oh, and for my next year's our year crowd, just understand that everybody else in the division is going to get better too. So what you think you did to Atlanta and you feel good about yourself because you beat them 3 times in the calendar year, you know, you have Tampa Bay in front of you. You have got swept already by the Saints. They're about to get out of cap space hell, by the way, for niggas that aren't as in tune with that. Part of the reason why the Saints haven't been able to acquire as much talent as the rest of the NFL is because they've had a lot of bullshit on their books, right? It's part of the reason why Sean Payton left, because he knew that they weren't going to be able to do shit for a 4 or 5 year span. Hey, Panther Nation, guess what? That 4 or 5 year span is up. And unfortunately, New Orleans is a much sexier destination than the Carolina Panthers are. It just is. They just are. Atlanta is a much sexier destination for a free agent than Charlotte is. Hate to tell you, it just is. Tampa Bay, with their success over the last 4 or 5 years in the division, the destination is just a bit sexier. So everybody wants to keep talking about this year or check that next year this, next year that, year 4 Bryce, year 3 Canal, all of this shit, and it's fine and it's great until you start looking and saying, but we do have to play other teams. And there are other teams in our division in which are going to get better. So that shit is really triggering me too. Y'all stop doing that shit. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Don't keep telling me about next year. It's been next year for the last 15 fucking years, it feels like. Stop telling me about next year. I don't care about next year. I care about the opportunities that we have right now in which we failed to grasp. I do. But again, maybe I'm crashing too much. Who knows? Dave Canales today instantly throws EJ under the bus during his press conference. But we're going to watch it together as a family. Terrence, same thing as the other day. Let me know when you want me to stop it. I'm going to pull it up real quick. And then I guess we should go to Juice. But let's go see what he had to say. And I would love to go hear what JC Horn has to fucking say too. I think they dropped his presser today. Oh, they did. Great. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Beautiful. Because I got to hear. I just got to know. Let's see what this nigga Dave Canales is talking about. This motherfucker.
All right. Just talking to the players, you know, what I appreciate about this group is the physical nature we played with. We played with great effort. All that was there, but it was in the execution of the fundamentals and techniques. And that's not just the players, it's coaches as well, making sure we're getting into the right schemes at the right times. That's a weekly process, and it was no different yesterday. We got to look at the film and be truthful about it, be studs about it so we can make the improvement going forward. And, you know, the players' spirit of the locker room, the players are, you know, obviously upset for the loss. And we had an opportunity right in front of us and played tough, made enough plays, but we gave them some stuff. And I got to give the Saints credit. They executed their game plan well, and they did a good job there. And we didn't execute ours to the finish of it. And especially in some of those situations, some of the penalties that we had, giving them, you know, multiple third downs in different ways. So on both sides, really just it's important for us to look at this one, to grow from it, to make sure that we just get back to really good football.
Dave, on the play before the 4th down attempt, it seemed like Bryce changed the protection or audibled out of play, but Chuba kind of had some confusion there. What happened on that play?
It was just a miscommunication on the call. I may have left out a word. Bryce had called it a certain way, realized got Chuba into the right spot.
I did. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I don't even know, like, how? Like, how? What do you mean you may have left out a word? Like, bro, you're at the NFL level. You're a coach. You're a head coach for an NFL team. What are we doing? Bro, what are we doing? That absolutely makes no sense.
It's just, I mean.
And too late in the season for stuff like that to be happening.
Week 14, and we're talking about we left shit out of the play call. I left wording as a head coach, as an offensive play caller. We left wording out of the play call.
By the end of the play, so a certain way, realized we may have left out a word. Bryce, it was just a miscommunication on the call.
It had
what player are they even talking
or
about?
audible data down attempt.
They're talking about the one that you remember where like Chuba and Bryce was confused and they damn near ran into each other. That's when Bryce got stopped and it ended up being like 4th and 1 or 4th and inches.
Okay.
To look at this one, to grow from it, to make sure that we just get back to really good football.
On the play before the 4th down attempt, it seemed like Bryce changed the protection or audible data play, but Chuba kind of had some confusion there. What happened on that play?
It was just a miscommunication on the call. I may have left out a word. Bryce had called it a certain way, realized we were backwards on it, got Chuba into the right spot by the end of the play. So there was just a miscommunication on that one.
Was that supposed to be a keeper?
No.
Tyler Shuck said that he sold the injury on that ransom hit. I want to know your thoughts on that. Did you think of that in the moment? And then also selling injuries in that.
I won't even comment on that. I just know for us, I just try to look at our responsibility of it. Those are really difficult situations. Derek's and Lathan's, same thing. These are bang, bang decisions. They happen so fast. And you have to be able to make that judgment call. This guy's a runner. He's a threat to run. We've seen that over the last couple of weeks. And so you have to be ready to get him down. You know, we've also seen different situations where if you let up and all of a sudden the quarterback steals a bunch of extra yards up the sideline. And so we have to be ready to play the physical game the way it is. And then there's that split second where you have to try to find an angle to like avoid that massive collision in those spots. And it's as difficult for us as it is for the official trying to officiate that part. Did he hit him forcibly? You know, did he give himself up in that time? So those are really challenging spots.
Did you go send in the league?
George and I got to talk about what was said.
You guys have been successful in 4th downs. I don't know what the numbers are in terms of your 4th and short success rate, but you've also been reluctant to use Bryce in sneak situations.
Yeah.
Why is that? And have you given any thought to doing like a Taysom Hill type thing with somebody else?
We're working on stuff. With Bryce, it's physics. You know, he goes about 190 pounds. And
I just don't understand if this has been a thought process since the summer, why it's not being implemented. We have, and we're working on it. Nigga, it's week 15.
And it's not that hard. Like it's not a difficult play. Like you run it maybe once or twice a game. It's not hard.
Leaning on a center, that's 90 pounds stuff. With Bryce, it's physics. You know, he goes about 190 pounds. And when you have 220, 230 pound quarterback leaning on a center, that's an advantage. You know, when you're not putting a bunch of force that way, I don't see that as an advantage. The other part is I like to leverage off of some of the formations we use to throw shots down the field. You get into a 3rd and inches and you're in dive or belly type of plays. It allows you to try to throw a keeper, throw a play action. And we've had some success, you know, over the course of the last 2 seasons, finding explosives and short yardage at a higher rate than most teams who are going to sneak it. It's great to have a sneak. It's great when you can just, man, if it's half a yard or something like that, you know you can execute it with your quarterback. It's great to have that in your back pocket. But, you know, that's not our style. And so we just try to maximize our approach.
Dave, I know Brad's next to you on the sideline. You guys are constantly communicating. But from a situational football standpoint, taking in the information, the flow of the game, and then deciding on a play call, how difficult has that been to balance throughout the last 2 years as you've had those 2 responsibilities?
It's challenging, and it's also really fun. These are high-stakes situations, and it goes with a lot of conversations on the front end. Who are we playing? What's the mode of the game? This is George Lee and I having a lot of those conversations. So we haven't fully predetermined, but we're ready to be more aggressive in certain spots, you know, and we may say, okay, let's let's take like the no-brainers and we'll talk about the other ones. In other games, it's like, shoot, we're in the next tier of it. And then let's start talking if it gets into, 50-50 type of situation. So all that stuff happens on the front end, which prepares me to be ready for it. And then on top of it, George does a great job of letting me know on first down. We get an earned first, and we run a play and he's like, 4 or less is a go, 2 or less is a go. And so I have that 2 plays ahead of in my mind to try to set that part up.
How do you, with that said though, how do you not be reactionary when something's not working early on in the game and just taking that out of the elements of the plays? Like, for instance, the run game is not working off the jump.
Yeah.
How do you stop yourself from kind of
that all factors into it, and it's similar with the 2-point play, and some of the different strategies for like going for 2 when you're down 14. It matters how you got down there. And that's a conversation that we've also had. It's not just this number. It's not just this analytics thing. It's, okay, my primary target on these 2-point plays just scored a 40-yard touchdown and he's exhausted. Or we just had a 13-play drive and Rico or Chuba is gassed and my best 2-point plays are run. There's all these factors that go into it. So you have to start off with the numbers. You have to start off with what does the book say? And then you have to make a judgment call on the humans that you're trying to execute it with.
What happened with Turk Gordon?
Walk through hamstring. I don't really. Should I get into it, Bruce, at all? Is that all right if I do? Okay. He tripped. He tripped on a teammate and put his foot down to try to gather himself, and that was enough to do it. And it was really unfortunate. I think that's in my 16 years. That's the first time that's ever happened.
No big deal.
That's
really
insane.
Unfortunate for Turk. He was excited to be out there. He was very upset, very disappointed. But we'll try to get him turned around.
There was no point in him being excited if he wasn't going to do shit but get more than 2 tackles. No point in him being excited.
And we'll get the full, what that looks like on Wednesday.
You guys have had success playing kind of as an underdog and winning games like that. But it's been since 2021, well before you were here, that this team has won as a favorite.
Wow.
Is there something to winning when you're, I'd say supposed to win, but when you're favored to win, is there a learning process in that goes along with the growth of a team?
I think there certainly is. I hope that's not a factor for us. I see the inconsistency of play that we can have at times. And to me, this is a group that is still growing in terms of just finding week in and week out success that way. And that's what I really attribute it to. That's what it looks like on film. I didn't know that number that you brought up. And of course, these are different coaches happening, and these are different players. This is a totally different team. And so there are challenges. I know that, you have to expect a team's best. And I know that when you go into a game as a favorite or you start to build some momentum, the team also sees that and they're aware, like, hey, let's go, and it calls on them to give their best. I hope we can find that on a weekly basis. So.
Scott said it.
Scored on another opening drive, but the second quarter struggles continued.
Yeah.
11-minute drive certainly didn't help, just standing on the sidelines. But is there a way to get over that pre-half lull that the team has been in all year?
Yeah, this one was avoid penalties. So, we had a penalty that set us back in the drive, and we were not able to overcome that adversity. So, simply put there, I wouldn't kind of broad stroke this in any, it continues to become a factor, but we had a successful drive in the 2-minute and got points out of it. So, yes, I would love to have that consistent execution.
Last in the point differential in the second quarter. So
yeah, as well.
There's 20 combined.
Yeah, we looked at the numbers of what they called. They did call a lot of flags, and that was pretty consistent with it. And I really didn't have a lot of problem with most of their calls.
Dave, last time you guys lost to the Saints, you said you took it personally the way you guys lost. Following this game, Nick Scott said something to the effect of, we looked like we had come off a bye week. What does that mean to you, and what does that say about the way you guys prepared coming into the game?
I like the way we prepared. The guys had a great look in their eyes all week. They were excited about the opportunity, understanding what we're playing for, all that, felt the focus was there. it was not clean enough from an execution standpoint. And whether that's the bye week or whatever, it doesn't matter. We have to be able to execute at the most basic fundamental part of our football.
Your team, like on this Tell the Truth Monday, what are the vibes that are coming out of this game after watching the tape?
Still a really excited group. And, you know, I was waiting to see what the full group was going to feel like, because the locker room feels one way right immediately in the loss. And then when you come back together, you know, and all the guys, you go back on the plane, they got their iPads and they're watching it. They want to see what happens. And a lot of them, you know, there's some closure in that, and also just preparing themselves for this day when we all get back together and speak specifically. So it's not the first time you get eyes on it. But there's great energy. There's great energy in the room. And, you know, I love this team. I love the fearlessness, the courage of this team, the finish, the grit, the physicality, all those things that we play with, you know, and just trying to talk to the group and say, guys, we owe it to ourselves to do right so that shows up consistently. Because when we play the style of ball that we play and watch how we just continue to finish and fight through the game, all the way through the fourth quarter, we owe it to ourselves to just show up with that consistency all the way through for all the hard work that's been put into it. And that's the part that hopefully we understand. And we know what's in front of us.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing him talk, honestly.
Yeah, I'm done with it, bro.
Shit is killing my ears.
It's just, yeah.
They were just going tempo, and they was catching us in the same call, damn near the whole drive, and they was just getting, you know, easy completions. We was in zone, and that's just how it played out.
I want to know your thoughts on Nathan Lathan's penalty that he got, and then also, I don't know if you know, but Tyler Shuck said he sold the injury at the end, so they could get a timeout to save some time as we start field goal.
Yeah, it's a hard play for Lathan, especially in that situation where, you know, every yard matter at that point when they're trying to kick a game-winning field goal. And, you know, he kind of slid late. So if Lathan come up BSing and miss the tackle or whatever, he able to just scramble for 4 or 5 more yards and kick 3. So he was in a tough situation. But, you know, it's more than that one play that lost us the game.
What about selling the injury at the end? Is that something you see in the league?
Yeah, I think he did it on Derek's flag that he got too with the roughing and passer. Like he laid out, like he was hurt, and was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do or what, but I mean it's smart on their part.
I would say since October, you guys haven't put back-to-back wins together, and the inconsistency. What do you attribute that to?
Just execution and focus. You know, like Coach said, just having the right mindset to execute at winning time. I feel like that was a game that, you know, we had for 3 quarters. We was playing dominating football defensively, and we just, you know, in them last 2 drives, it got away from us. So we just got to do better at executing and communicating.
Watch like this one that helped. It doesn't help this season, but build the scar tissue for the program where guys, you know, are getting a taste of this, and when you come up short, it's going to be a drop for the next 3 weeks, the next year, that sort of thing. It just seems like a tough situation because locker rooms change every year.
Yeah, but that's kind of not our mindset right now. You know, we're supposed to win that football game. You know, of course, every loss you learn from, and you know, try to find a way that it help you for the next game. But for us, that was a missed top. So, you know, we more so just focus on regrouping right now. You know, we just finished the film, and we got a tough sled ahead of us, and we're gonna try to get it done, get in the playoffs.
You talked about how upset the locker room was and how upset you guys were about what you were talking about, but can you totally flush it, or do you have to use some of that emotion going forward now?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to use some of that emotion. I mean, we got to use everything we got, just like I said, because we got must-win games coming up. So, yeah, we got to use that loss as motivation and come out here this week versus Tampa and try to find a win.
I have a question about that last play where Shuck was able to scramble and right before that penalty.
Oh, yeah.
So there were really no linemen lined up. Can you explain to me why you would be in that formation under those circumstances?
Yeah, so the situation was, I can't remember how much time was left. It had to be like under 20, 15 seconds. Yeah, 12. So they had no timeout. So we in an outside situation to try to deny them from getting out of bounds. And that was kind of mindset for that whole drive. So when you're seeing 12 catch the digs and stuff like that, we playing heavy outside to try to keep them from getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. And if Lathan don't get that flag, they probably don't get that next playoff, or they're kicking a field goal from forever away. So I see what, Coach E was thinking there, just trying to, and it was no pass rush. So if they dropped back the pass, it would have took a lot of time off the clock because he would have been searching for somebody to throw to, or he would have had to just throw it away and they wouldn't have been in field goal range. So just, it was kind of like a last play of the game mentality. Just don't let them get out of bounds because they ain't have timeouts.
On those last two drives, particularly about Canales' comments about a disjointed secondary, he said there was a communication issue. Is that something that you observed as well, like the communication being a problem?
On the last two, on the touchdown drive, I wouldn't necessarily say it was communication on that drive because they were just going tempo and catching us in the same call, and we was just in true zone like most of the time. So it wasn't much me and Mike really do on some of those
inability to change up the damn defense when it ain't working.
But on the last drive where they got 3, might have been 1 or 2 communication issues. But when they going fast, it's tough. We just got to find a way to get on the same page and execute and get off the grass.
When they are going fast like that, do you just go base defense as much as possible?
Basically, like you're saying, base call, just because the coach ain't really got time to get a play call in. And I don't know, it seemed like they knew it was in because they were just going tempo, running. I think they hit a 12 with a dig right on my side, then came back to the same play on the other side with Mike. And that's just, what I'm saying, they're just coverage beaters for real.
Yeah, and that'd be the problem that I have with EJ, honestly. Shit like that.
It's just pathetic. I'm tracking. Let's go to Juice. You got your shit?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I do.
Plus 714. Cowboys money line. Panthers to cover plus 6.5. Tennessee Titans to cover plus 3.5. And Falcons to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Plus 714. Very simple.
All right, I'll take mine. I guess I'll read Dylan's too. I have the Bears plus 5.5. The Rams money line against Seattle. Bills money line against Cleveland. Minnesota money line against New York. And the Saints money line against the New York Jets plus 659. That should be doable, but
Niggas beat off.
Dylan plus 415, very soft per usual. Carolina Panthers money line against the Bucks. I don't know what he's seen that made him feel that way. New England Patriots money line against the Baltimore Ravens plus 415, 2-leg.
What? Repeat that for me.
Carolina Panthers money line against Tampa Bay, and New England money line against the Ravens plus 415.
Cool.
JC, Dave said that the back end was completely disjointed as far as communication and things on that game time drive. What did you see back there?
Obviously, there was something that wasn't in the official Panthers interview.
That's when they was going tempo. They were just going tempo, and they was catching us in the same call, damn near the whole drive, and they was just getting easy completions. We was in zone, and that's just how it played out.
I want to know your thoughts on Lathan's penalty that he got. And
BS and then missed the tackle or whatever, he able to flag it. Next question.
See on that disjointed comment.
Next question, yeah, and was right back.
Shit.
Flag that he got.
Oh,
rough and passion, like he laid out.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did it on on Derek's flag that he got too.
Oh, they cut some shit.
Laid out. He
kind of a
was
flop.
hurt, yeah, and was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do it with, but I mean it's smart on their part.
JC on that disjointed comment.
Next question.
What did he ask? On what?
Shit.
Why is that?
You guys said it's October.
Tweeting BS.
About what?
Talking about me and Mike did not talk, but we was more so mad that we was ruined our
what?
Comment.
Damn.
Do it with,
Kind of a flop.
Yeah, and was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do it with, but I mean it's smart on their part.
JC on that disjointed comment.
Next question.
You guys.
Next question.
He said on that disjointed comment. I don't know what disjointed comment he's talking about.
He
kind of a flop.
Yeah, and was right back in the game. Yards late.
Save some time to get that field goal off.
Yeah, it's a hard play for Lathan, especially in that situation where every yard matter at that point when they're trying to kick a game-winning field goal, and he kind of slid late, so Lathan come up BS and then miss a tackle or whatever, he able to just scramble for 4-5 more yards and kick 3. So he was in a tough situation, but it's more than that one play that lost the game.
What about selling the injury at the end? Is that something you see in the league?
Yeah, I think he did it on Derek's flag that he got too with the roughing and passer. Like he laid out. He
kind of a
was
flop.
hurt, yeah, and was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do it with, but I mean it's smart on their part.
JC on that disjointed comment.
Next question.
You guys. I was going to ask you about what.
Next question.
Why is that?
You guys said it's October.
Tweeting BS.
About what?
Talking about me and Mike did not talk, but we was more so mad that we was ruined our playoff chances almost, or made it harder on ourselves. We ain't ducking nothing. Yeah. So next question.
I was gonna say since it's October, you guys haven't put
nigga can't get in his feelings. Nigga, you duck the media.
Is that something you
That's
see
facts.
in the league?
Yeah,
I agree with Dave Newton because I said the same thing on Twitter. Why you duck?
He got too with the roughing and passer. Like he laid out. He
kind of a
was
flop.
hurt, yeah, and was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do it with, but I mean it's smart on their part.
JC on that disjointed comment.
Next question.
You guys. I was going to ask you about what.
Next question.
Why is that?
You guys said it's October.
Tweeting BS.
About what?
Talking about me and Mike did not talk, but we was more so mad that we was ruined our playoff chances almost, or made it harder on ourselves. We ain't ducking nothing. Yeah. So next question.
I was gonna say since it's October.
Definitely duck the media.
Yeah. Don't agree.
Consistency. What do you attribute that to?
Just execution and focus. Like Coach said, just
Don't agree.
Having the right mindset to execute at winning time.
Yo, I mean, it's exactly what I tweet out this morning. You can be in your feelings all you want, whatever the case may be. That's what it looked like. So you can be as mad as you want to be, respectfully, JC Horn. You can be as mad as you want to be, and and your feelings or whatever the case may be, but don't let it become one of those situations where you get torched, specifically again with the game on the line, and you and Mike don't got nothing to say. 6 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown when targeting JC Horn and Mike Jackson in coverage. So, yeah, unfortunately, it does look like you're ducking. Now, I don't know the context outside of the tweet that I saw from Dave Newton, right? And I believe Mike K said something about them not talking to the media afterwards as well. That's the only context that I know and have. But it does look like that. It does look like you're ducking. It does. When you guys have a bad game, y'all lose, and the media wants to talk to y'all, and y'all don't talk, it feels as though, it looks as though y'all were ducking. It just does. So, he's upset about it. I guess the way Dave Newton worded it, or the fact that he even put the tweet out, or whatever the case may be. But you can be as mad as you want to be. Optics are important. And to us, now, maybe inside that room, media-wise, if it's Dave Newton, whatever the case may be, maybe to them, they should know better. But to us, it looks like you were ducking. So, you can be as mad as you want to be about that. But such is life. Don't choke and you won't have to worry about it. Very simple. You got anything else to say? I'm done with it.
Nah, I mean, still got everything out in front of you. Just got to go handle business, and I don't know if you will be able to do it, but everything is not lost as of yet. Got Tampa Bay Sunday. Step one, take care of them, and then chips shall fall where they may.
Get the 9 wins.
That's all you care about? That's embarrassing. Well, it's an uphill battle right now, so I'm looking very good.
That's not all I care about at all, actually. I damn near, I mean, at this point, you have to get the 9 wins to make the playoffs. I would damn near take our bet off the books if we did win now or did get 9 wins if we win the playoffs or if we make the playoffs.
Well, do it.
No, it's okay.
Matter of fact, it's looking very good for me, so.
We can call it off right now.
No.
We can call it off right now. 3 games left. 7 wins for the Panthers. They have to win 2 of the last 3. We can call it off right now. I feel like that's fair. That's good business. It's a good cash out option right here. We both break off even with $0.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on it.
I don't give a fuck. They're gonna get the job done for me.
Okay. Well, I hope that's the case. We thought they would get it done this week.
Yeah, I just knew after yesterday I would be 1 win away. So
tickets gonna go down Sunday.
No, they're not. They're still gonna be rocking. They're still holding. I just talked to my rep today. Matter of fact. So yeah. That's that, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Carolina Panthers dropped to 7-7. Currently sitting at 500, heading into week 15, home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We will be back Friday evening to go through our game preview of that matchup. If you didn't already, while you were watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. What else? Go place your pre-order for your fall capsule, so we can get those items shipped out to you guys before Christmas time. And outside of that, I don't really have anything else. Next Sunday, if you're going to the game and you see us, stop us and say what's up. We're gonna be deep as fuck. I think we got like 7, 8, 9 people. The better part of the team is coming to the game as well. So it'll be a movie. Very, very disappointing loss from the Carolina Panthers after receiving 2 blessings, one from the Saints and one from the Atlanta Falcons Sunday and Thursday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yet another missed opportunity from the Carolina Panthers. However, like Terrence just said, everything is still within reach. Oh. I don't know why that keeps happening. I apologize. But like I was saying, everything is still within reach. You just quite simply have to come out and do your job. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, we will be back Friday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I hope that I'm able to make it on time this time. Honestly, we probably should just push it to 8:45 or 9 just to be on the safe side, Terrence. But we'll talk about that because I have another game on Friday as well. So long story short, be on the lookout. Again, tap in with us on social media so you guys can know what we have going on, timing and all of that stuff. And we will talk to y'all very soon. Appreciate you for tuning in.